Okay, so I'll go ahead and select OAuth to work with this activity. Okay, so as you select OAuth, it is now trying to load if there are any more steps to this activity. Okay, so you select this, head over to properties, and you see that it gives out an output of type curated incident. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a variable and feed it to this output. Okay, go to data manager, create a new variable and list all incidents, and this is going to be of data type curated incident. Okay, you can go ahead and select one of these. If this doesn't match, you can select this one. These are basically from the dependencies, they get added in here. Okay, so I select curated incident list, and then okay, that's the scope. And this is not a list, but it is a list array. Okay, so you got to select an array of incident list. I said okay. You go back to properties, try to assign that variable in here, and if that doesn't match, it will throw you an error just like this. Okay, so just take a look at what it says. It says that this is not derived from the one that we pulled in. So let's try to switch that up and just browse for types, look for curated incident, and then select the other one, and then this should pretty much solve the issue. An array of curated incident list, say okay. Oh, that's the one. And coming back to the properties, now the issue is resolved. So with this, whenever we run this, we should be able to see all the list of incidents in this variable. Let's pull in a log command, log activity, and add it to our sequence, and we will try to print out the first incident number. Okay, so just to see what the structure of this curated incident is. Okay, so I will say incident first incident, and then we have list all incidents of one. We're going to get the first item dot number. So for any incident, these are different actions that you can perform. You can see the state, you can see the number, you can see a lot of short description and a lot of other properties. So for now, we're going to go with incident number. Okay, and I'm going to log it as info. Save it and try to run it. Alright, and just like that, it is able to execute, and it shows that the first incident number is INC 4 zeros and 6 0. Okay, so this is successful. Now we can go ahead and proceed with our second step, which is creating the actual robot of which filters out the new incidents and adds work notes to it. Okay, so to do this, I will we already have the list of all incidents. We just now need to filter out the list of new incidents. Okay, so to do that, we need to iterate over all the incidents. So I pull in a for each block, and in here in the properties, I would say instead of iterating over this, it will have to iterate over the curated incident list. Okay, So once one, and you need to provide the input for it, and this is the input, list all incidents. Okay, from in here what we got to do is, for the list of incidents, I am going to now filter out the list of new incidents. Okay, so for that I'm going to pull in an if activity, set this condition, use variable all incidents list, and then of index. This is going to return as the current incident, and out of that we are going to get the state of it. Okay, and you see 1. Okay, so how do I know that this new translates to 1 here in the UiPath when you try to find the new incidents? So to demonstrate this, what I'm going to do is, while we are looping in for each incident, I'm going to find if I'm going to filter out this incident in particular and see what the state is. Okay, I'm going to just print the state of it. So to do that, instead of state equals to 1, I would just say dot number equals to an incident number. Okay, now it will have the current incident, and for it I would just want to log the incident state. Okay, so I would just say state and then list all incidents of index dot state. Okay, so this is going to return us what the structure of state looks like in the response. Okay, so I'm going to save this and just disable this for now. It's not required anymore. Save it and run it. Okay, as you see, the state is returned as 1, so which means that if you want to filter out new incidents, you will have to send the state as 1 in the request from UiPath. Okay, so that's how you can check. So if you want to check for some more, you can do one more thing, which is just add a disable. So for whatever status you want to filter out, or for any other property that you see that doesn't really show the value that is shown on the UI, you will have to do the same thing. Just capture it, try to filter the incident from the list, and try to see what output what response it provides, and then try to use it. Okay, so for each incident let's go back to our original logic. So instead of this, I'm going to now say state is equals to 1. Okay, then just update this incident. So you go back to the list of activities for ServiceNow and pull in the update incident, selecting the connection. I can select another connection now, but let's just keep the original one that we started with. Okay, and here you need to send in the incident ID. Now another thing is, incident ID is different from incident number. Okay, this is the incident number. Incident ID you'll be able to find in here. Copy sys ID, you see. So sys ID is the incident ID. So what we need to send here is list all incidents. That's our variable. Let's just use the advanced editor. List all incidents of index. That would give us the current incident, and then send the sys ID. Okay, so send in the sys ID, and then you can update all these properties. So you have more when you select the list of managed properties. You see these are all the actions that you can perform on this incident. Okay, so what we are interested now is the work notes. So just add in save, and as you can see I am still not able to see it. So you select it and go to properties. Here you should be able to see the one that you just enabled. So the work notes, I'm going to say this incident would be picked up by ABC team in 2 hours. Okay, so just a random text. So this should be added as work notes to each of the new incidents that are present. Okay, and to see this let's and that is it. So just like that we are done. Let's try to save and run this, and before running let's go to ServiceNow, create a new incident. Go ahead and click on new and say this incident test for UiPath. Okay, and I say submit, and let's try to remember this is the new incident that I created. So as soon as let's try to set the view to default view so that we see the work notes if there is any in here. Okay, so there's no work notes as of now. So as soon as I run it, since this is a new incident, it should have the work notes that we are sending from here. Okay, so save it and run it. So it started updating all the incidents. You see we left a log message. It should have been commented out, but you see that these are all the list of incidents that it is updating. Okay, so you see it has ended in 14 seconds. I go back to my incident, and there you see this incident would be picked up by ABC team in 2 hours, and added the work notes. At the same time, we can also switch the status from new to maybe in progress. Okay, that would help in this ticket not being picked up when it filters for new incidents again. Okay, so in real time you can do a lot more than this, but just for this example we were able to establish an integration. We were able to list and update the incidents from UiPath. Okay, so one last thing is about the triggers. So if you head back to your ServiceNow orchestrator and to the integrations, what you can do here is, let me refresh my page. Okay, and if you head over to the integrations and to the ServiceNow connector that you have, uh, and you can actually create a new trigger that would let's select ServiceNow trigger. ServiceNow is your connection, and so if you have if you want to set up a new trigger, let's say like a rule, you can select your robot that we just created in the list of robots. It doesn't work here because I did not push my robot to push my project or process to the cloud yet, but if you have pushed it, it will list up in here. So you can select that, and upon creation of each incident you can run this automation. Okay, you can add the trigger and it will be all set to run. Okay, that's about the ServiceNow integration. I'll see you in the next one.